Hello Crypt Keepers, Heather from Heather's Crochet Crypt here. Welcome to day 90 of our 100 days of Halloween countdown. Today we are doing another free pattern from Instagram, and it is from the same person that we made our pattern from yesterday, the_yarning_portal. So I didn't realize that when I chose this pattern for today. So I'm going to show you the pattern on my computer. I've got my yarn already here and ready to go, so here we go. Alright, here is the pattern. It's a free pattern on Instagram by, like I said, the_yarning_portal for this little plague doctor. Isn't he just the cutest? I don't think I'm going to do the lantern. I just don't feel like it. So, yeah, we're going to do this little plague doctor. How cute is that? So, alright, let me get my yarn gathered up. Alright, so we need black and gray and then worsted weight white yarn for the plague doctor. I've got Bernat blanket in black here next to me, and then for the gray I've got Elise Veludo. It is a little bit smaller, but it's the only gray I have. If you can believe that. It's the only gray I have. So that's what we're going to be using. I don't have gray and Bernat blanket. I don't think. I do not. So we're going to use Elise Veludo and we're going to make it work. And then I do have some white worsted weight yarn down here. As I said, I'm not going to do the lantern. The arms, they want you to sew on, but I'm going to make them first. I'm going to crochet them in. And then, of course, we'll have to sew the mask on because it's made separate, and the hat. So, we're going to start with black, I believe, because we start with the body. Oh, no, I was going to do the arms first. Duh. Okay, I'm going to use my 5mm hook for the Bernat blanket because I want to try to keep the same size and tension for both types of yarn. Okay, so it says start with 6 in the magic ring. Oh, these are for the arms. I keep thinking I'm doing the body. Good Lord. Doing the arms. And I do have YouTube pulled up. I'm getting ready to watch Ella from No Catchy Name Crochet with her latest 100 Days of Halloween countdown. And let me see something, just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, yesterday we had my grandson's birthday party. Went pretty well. He had fun. He was happy with it. He loved the cake and cupcakes. If you want to see pictures of those, I did post some pictures over in my community tab here on YouTube. I know some of you wanted to see those, so they are up on my community tab if you wanted to see them. Did the Bigfoot cake and cupcakes, so he was happy with them. He enjoyed it. It's all that matters. It was the weather. We thought, well, 2 weeks ago when I was watching for the weather for today, it was supposed to be like, they originally were saying it was supposed to be in the 90s for today. I'm like, oh no. And we were going to have it at the splash pad, and, well, the weather changed plans. It was only a high of 72 yesterday, and it was kind of windy, and it had rain most of the day, so we had cloudy, windy day with a high of 72, which really felt like fall to me. So unfortunately we moved the party from the splash pad to our niece's house. She has like this big barn building that we've been having parties in. So we moved it there so people could be inside just in case it rained. And she does have a trampoline, so the kids did have something to do and play on. So yeah, he had a good day. And then after the party, we went to my sister's house. My niece, my sister's daughter, she tattoos. and my daughter-in-law wanted a tattoo, so we went to their house after the party so my daughter-in-law could get her tattoo. It's really pretty. It's from her wrist up to her elbow, and they have 4 kids. She did the birth month flower for each kid on her arm with their initials by the flower. It's really pretty. I got my, you can't really see it. I got my grandkids' initials over here on this arm, I don't know, maybe a month ago. And she's like, oh, how do you have my kids' initials before I do? So, yeah, that motivated her to get hers, because she's been wanting to get one anyway. But yeah, it just, I think getting mine motivated her to get hers. Yeah, but yeah, she did flowers for each of the kids, where I just did the initials. I might add to it later, but yeah. So we went there, got home about 8:30 last night or something like that. So long day to make. I made 2 dozen vanilla cupcakes yesterday morning, and then I had to decorate all the cupcakes and the cake. Took me 4 hours to make everything and decorate it all. Oh, and I make all of my cakes from scratch, and I make the frosting from scratch. So I didn't just make 2 dozen cupcakes. I also made all the frosting and colored the frosting for the colors I needed and stuff. So that's why it took so long. How many rows do I need? I need 4 rows. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did 5. Did I do 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 5 rows, but it's still kind of a stubby little arm, so I think I'll keep it there. Should I? Maybe I should make it 4. Well, shoot. I'll make it 4 and then close it up. Alright. One little arm done. I'll make the other arm. But yeah. That's how my day went yesterday. Busy day. My 2 grandsons wanted to spend the night last night, but I was just too tired. I got up early. My dogs have been waking me up earlier than I normally get up because they need to go potty, so I've been a little behind on my sleep, and then I was busy making the cake and frosting and all that stuff yesterday, and then the party, and I was just tired, so I hate breaking their hearts like that, but sometimes Grandma needs to rest. So I did. Okay, guys, I am just going to get this arm made and then get started on the body of our little plague doctor. Alright guys, I got the 2 arms done. Here are the arms. And the hat was on the same page as the arms, so I just went ahead and made the hat. Here's the hat. I had to stretch it out so it would form correctly. My hats always like curl. I'm not sure why. My brims aren't usually straight. I usually have to stretch them out to get them to go straight, so I don't know. My tensions are probably too tight if I had to guess, but yeah. Alright, so there's his hat. So now we can get started on his body. We start with black. No, we start in gray. Okay, we start with gray. And we do start with 8 singles in the magic ring. Always love that. Now, Ella's video all watched, and some of you did suggest some other people to watch on YouTube. Appreciate that. I haven't had a chance to check their channels out just yet. But, well, I did one. Somebody suggested Alt Knots. And I have watched some of her videos. I just didn't realize I wasn't subscribed to her. So I did subscribe to her because I do enjoy her videos. Just didn't realize I was not subscribed yet. So yeah, I'll check out some of those other channels that you guys have mentioned. But yeah, if you have some good suggestions for people I should watch, throw them down in the comments, and I will go check them out and see if I'm subscribed yet or not, and I'll subscribe to those ones as well. So, alright, I'm gonna get going on making this Plague Doctor body, and we're gonna continue watching some YouTube. Guess what I forgot to do, guys? I forgot to crochet the arms in. I was supposed to crochet the arms in on this row. It just dawned on me that I forgot to do that. Dang it. I guess I'll be sewing the arms on, because I don't want to frog 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 rows. So I'm going to be sewing the arms on instead. Good grief. Alrighty guys, here is the body of our Plague Doctor. So, as I said, I forgot to crochet the arms in, so I'll be sewing them on. Now we gotta make the face, the mask, sew it on. So I think I'm gonna do the mask first. That way I don't sew it on crooked compared to the arms. Once the mask is on, then I'll sew the arms on, and then I'll sew the hat on. So, that means I need to now make the mask. It says to make it in white worsted weight yarn. Start with 4 singles on the magic ring. Increases out to 24. So I do have white worsted weight yarn here on my cart. I don't remember what size hook they said to use. I mean, it doesn't say. So I'll probably do 3.5 if I can find it in my hook bag here. Oh, that's a 4. So, alright, I've got a 3.5 here. I don't have any of those made up with my beads on them. Alright, so I don't know if this is enough or not, but we'll find out. Like I said, 4 singles of the magic ring with worsted weight yarn. Bleh. And we do put the eyes in the mask as well. You know how long it's been since I've used... No, it's been a long time since I've used this small of a hook and with worsted weight yarn. I think that was easier with worsted weight than it is with chenille or blanket yarn. That was weird. Alright, here is the little mask. Now I gotta get the eyes put in. Oh, is that big enough? Does it go this way? I think it goes that way. Yeah, I think it'll be alright. I don't know that... it goes on any certain way. Yeah, it kind of does. It's kind of longer on the 2 sides, I guess. Theirs looks more oblong than mine. Mine looks... Ooh. Mine doesn't look as oblong as theirs. But anywho's, I gotta put the eyes in. Eyes go between row 8 and 9. I probably need to use kind of smaller eyes on this guy. So, uno momento. Alright, got the eyes in. So now, I said I was sewing the face on first, right? The mask on. Ooh. Okay, on to sewing. There is the mask all sewn on. Looks kind of weird without the arms and head on it. Okay, so now I'm going to sew the arms on. I didn't leave very long tails on these because I was supposed to crochet them in. I've done it before, though. Not the first time I've done that, so I could probably get these sewn on with this little bit of tail, so. Alright, there's the arms all sewn on. He almost looks like a penguin. Now to sew the hat on. Okay guys, my plague doctor's all done. I got both the arms sewn on and the hat sewn on. Mask is on. It's really cute. Oh, I think I need to adjust his mask a little bit on the bottom. Looks like it's puckered in a little bit. The mask, you do not stuff the mask or the arms. Alright, and I think I sewed the hat on just a little bit crooked, but not too terrible. Alright, are you ready for this one? Doo-doo-doo. It is pretty cute. It's not the most adorable thing I've made, especially this week, but it's pretty cute. Mask was pretty easy to make. I used a 3.5mm hook for the worsted weight, and it seemed to turn out a pretty good size to be in the gray area of the body. Yeah, pretty cool. Hat, as I said, I had to stretch it out to get it to make the shape I needed because, I don't know, my tension probably. And it's sewn, I think it's sewn on just a smidge crooked, but, you know, adjusting the brim makes it look decently straight. Arms, I did end up having to sew on. I wanted to crochet them in, and I forgot. But yeah, and the arms are not stuffed, so it's really pretty easy pattern, guys. You make the arms, you sew them on or crochet them in if you remember, and it's just, you know, a tube. Change your colors, fasten off on the bottom so it's flat, make the hat, sew it on, make the mask, sew it on, and the eyes go in the mask. Yeah, pretty decent. And I don't know how long it took me. I took several pauses in there, so I'm not real sure. Hour and a half, maybe. I really am not sure how long this took me. But he'll probably be, I don't know, probably an $18 make. Yeah, he's pretty cool. If you want a simple plague doctor shaped one that doesn't, you know, isn't super detailed and doesn't take a very long time, this would be a good one for you. Pattern designer, the_yarning_portal free Instagram pattern. Of course, the pattern will be linked down in the description for you guys. Easy, it's pretty cool. The mask I like the mask. The mask is pretty cool. I just wish we could make it in blanket yarn, but if you made it in blanket yarn, it'd be way too big for the body. So, you do have to make that in worsted weight. Yeah, the profile is pretty cool. I like that profile. And then you could probably, it's worsted weight, so you can adjust it a little bit so the nose is pointing down like the plague mask did. So yeah. Not bad. Oh, I didn't lift you guys back up. Not bad at all. I honestly think he'll probably sell pretty quickly. I think so. Okay, guys, that is it for me today. Let's hit that like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss it the rest of the 90 days or 89 days of 100 Days of Halloween. I will be uploading a video every single day to count down to Halloween. We'll be making mostly spooky makes. I keep forgetting I have some stitch markers that I do not have listed on my Etsy yet. What I was thinking about doing, I keep forgetting to do this, been wanting to do this for the last several days, is to like close my eyes and randomly draw a stitch marker. Like this is a stitch marker I drew out for today and listed on my Etsy. So if you guys like this stitch marker, I will go put it up on my Etsy and you can purchase this stitch marker. I think I'm going to do that every day until these stitch markers are listed. And they do have the lobster, my finger's in the way, the lobster claw fasteners. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to remember to do that every day. So this is the one I drew for today. It is yellow skull, and they're very lightweight. They are like a like a bendable plastic. Some of the other ones are hard plastic that you can't bend. So some of these, well, I need to take the ones out that I do have listed. So yeah, they're probably going to be all these soft flexible ones that I do. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that every day until I get all these listed. List one a day. And if you want that stitch marker, just head on over to my Etsy and it will be listed there for you. Etsy link is down in the description for you as well. So alrighty guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all so much for clicking in and watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.